bringing you the latest news from Coronado Athletics. This is the Mustang Fan Zone podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Good Monday evening, and welcome into the High School Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score. I am Randy Rosetta. We are going to jump into the Mustang Fan Zone shortly here. Eric Carrasco, the boys soccer coach at Coronado, is on his way. Just got a message that said he is en route. We're a little soccer heavy tonight on this second Monday night of the year. We're going to have Coronado, where I mentioned Eric Carrasco. Estacado will be boys soccer coach Tyler Smith. We'll stray from that rut a little bit with Lubbock High when baseball coach Victor Gomez joins us. And then we'll finish up with the Plainsman Fan Zone with Simon Hernandez, the long time. I'm going to tease him about saying that because he's still a young guy, but he's been at Monterey a long time. He's a Monterey graduate, was a Monterey assistant coach, and has really elevated that program to not only arguably the best in Lubbock right now, but one of the best in, I won't even say West Texas, one of the best in 5A right now. The Plainsmen have gone to back-to-back regional tournaments, came within a whisker of advancing last year, and maybe even better this year. That's the final segment today of the High School Fan Zone. Since we're waiting, I'm going to keep doing this probably for a while until it kind of gets in my head so that I remember it. After Thanksgiving, we changed the format a little bit. We will be here on Monday nights and Wednesday nights starting at 6 p.m. in the High School Fan Zone. Monday night is dedicated to the LISD schools, so that means you will get Coronado, Estacado, Lubbock High, Monterey, in that order, 6 to 7:30 p.m. And then Wednesdays, we take Tuesdays off for the radio show because Tuesdays are such a big night for high school basketball, high school soccer. When we get into spring, those are big nights for high school baseball and high school softball. So those are very busy nights, obviously. Then Wednesday nights, we will come back 6 to 7 p.m. will be Friendship, Lubbock Cooper, and Liberty every Wednesday, 6 to 7 p.m. Next year, we will add Memorial to the rotation, the new Friendship High School, so we'll be a little bit busier. But for a guy who loves high school sports and who makes a living off of that, the more the merrier. So we're going to talk a lot about soccer. We're going to dive into baseball a little bit, but we are very thick into the high school basketball season right now. A lot of big games coming up. I'm going to call up the schedule here on my website here so we can run through some of the games going on this week, because this is a big week for a lot of teams for a lot of reasons. We'll run through some of that schedule right here. Tuesday night, actually, there's a couple of pretty important soccer matches going on right now, or actually one has been going on and one's about to start up at Dick Bivens Stadium in Amarillo. Because District 3 5A grew to 10 teams, the district soccer season had to start a lot earlier. So you've got Coronado at Amarillo High in a girls' soccer match. The Lady Mustangs are undefeated. I think you could make an argument that Coronado and Friendship are kind of sharing the mantle as the best girls programs in town right now. Coronado's undefeated. First-year coach Victoria Oliveras slid into that spot when Alistair Caldwell moved over to LCU. Has them off to a great start. They play Amarillo High. I believe Amarillo High is 4-1, so that's a pretty key match early in the district season. And then the boys, Lubbock Cooper, Riley Gwynn was on last week, first-year coach who took over for Trevor Burkhead, who slid over to coach the Lubbock Cooper girls. I believe they just lost their first match last week, Lubbock Cooper boys did. They take on Paladuro, which is kind of jostled back and forth with Monterey, is one of the best programs in West Texas. Monterey's elevated a little bit, taken over that spot, but Paladuro's been good for a couple years. So those are two key matches going on tonight. Basketball, Friendship heads to Midland tomorrow for a doubleheader, 6 and 7:30 p.m. Both Friendship teams are really good. Both Friendship boys just won their district opener last week. The girls are 3-0 and really on a roll. They climbed into the TABC rankings last week, and I believe they're up to 17th or 18th. In District 3 5A, Coronado's at Lubbock Cooper doubleheader tomorrow, 6 and 7:30 p.m. Lubbock High's at Tascosa, 6 p.m., 7:30 p.m. Caprock at Monterey, 6 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. The Lady Plainsmen, Monterey Lady Plainsmen, jumped back up to the number 1 spot in 5A in the TABC rankings. That's going to be just a bottleneck all year in that district. All the rest of the district season with Monterey, Amarillo High, and Tascosa all they're all in the top 10. They're all really good teams. They're all have 3 having great seasons. In District 5 4A, this is the first time this is happening, and I'm really excited about this. Estacado goes to Liberty for a doubleheader tomorrow, 6:15 p.m., 7:30 p.m. It's the first time those two meet in girls basketball. The boys actually met in the 3rd place game of the Caprock Classic with Estacado winning that one. But it's fun because now Estacado has a built-in rival in town. Liberty rose up to 4A this year. They have a rival built in, so that's fun. That's the schedule for UIL basketball tomorrow. As you can see, Eric Carrasco or Carrasco. I want to make sure I'm saying it right.
Carrasco, yeah.
I don't want to say with the Kansas accent. If I did that, I'd make it Carrasco.
You know what's funny? I was born in Kansas, so
really, we're going to have to talk about that. Remind me, 3rd year?
This is my second year.
Yes, second year, and I got a little bit of bio from you when we chatted back and forth via text. You're a Monterey graduate.
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
You didn't play for Simon, but Simon Hernandez was an assistant coach.
He was there, yeah, at the time. He was the assistant in JV. I mean, I played JV my freshman year, and some JV, some varsity.
Okay,
so I did play for Simon.
Simon was a mild-mannered young assistant coach.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to ask him about that. I've already teased him a little bit before he got here and called him the longtime Monterey coach because you guys are all a lot younger than me. So
yeah, he's been there for a while.
I think he's been there. He told me once he graduated, played at LCU, I believe. Came back, jumped into LISD, actually coached with Alistair Caldwell for a while. I think they coached together. But he's been at Monterey pretty much his whole career.
Yeah. Well, I was there from 06 to 10.
Okay.
So he was there in 06 for sure, and before that.
We're aging Simon before he comes on. He's actually my last guest tonight.
Yeah.
We're coming up on a break. We're going to talk. We're going to get one segment with Eric, so we're going to cram a bunch into that one segment when we come back and talk about where his team is and where they're headed. Reminder, this is the High School Fan Zone. We're in the Mustang Fan Zone right now on 100.7 Score. I'm Randy Rosetta. This is the night for LISD schools. It'll be Coronado, Estacado, Lubbock High, and Monterey, and we'll be back after the break.
Diving headfirst into Coronado athletics. You're listening to the Mustang Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score and the 100.7 The Score mobile app.
Welcome back into the Mustang Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score. I'm Randy Rosetta. I'm with Eric Carrasco, the second-year Coronado boys soccer coach. Eric, you guys your season started. We're not too far in. You're 2-1. But I mentioned before you joined us that because your district's so big, you guys have had to jump into district already. You lost your first one, but to be fair, you played Monterey, who is got a juggernaut right now. Your alma mater and your former assistant coach have it rolling. You guys just happened to run into the bear the first one. So talk a little bit about your guys this season, where some of your key guys, and what you have the rest of this, I guess, second week of district.
Yeah, so like you said, Monterey's always a tough one to get by. But my key players, I have some experience, just, not enough time with the group. But the 10, Robert Sanchez, he's a really dynamic player. He's scored most of our goals for us so far, just in the tournament in Canyon. Just really dynamic. He kind of controls the ball for us, controls the midfield for us a lot, and, has a great shot, And then in the defense, we have, Kendon Harrell, he's a junior, very experienced, smart, very intelligent soccer player, and he's a workhorse back there. He gives us a lot of structure back there. So I'm just glad to have those two, and they should be big key players for us this year.
I've got the schedule here. I want to make sure I've got it right. You guys are at home against Amarillo High tomorrow.
Yes.
At the high school, too. It's not at the I know
Correct.
you guys go
Yeah.
back and forth sometimes, play at the football stadium.
Right.
Which it's weird for me to say that because that I don't want to pick any scabs here. Friendship and Lubbock Cooper have soccer fields.
Right.
Here you
Right.
play on a football field, which is a little bit different. Simon has mentioned that to me before, that sometimes your teams are built to play better on soccer fields. I had Laura Denning explain it to me. Soccer fields are actually bigger than a football field.
Oh, yeah. They're, obviously they're a lot wider. So that, I guess it might confuse them, but I feel like they're used to it by now. So I don't know if that's necessarily a big factor in it,
When you go to tournaments, the big tournaments you go to in the Metroplex and in Austin, I'm assuming those are on regulation soccer fields?
Well, I haven't been out there to a tournament.
Okay.
But, yeah, I would assume so.
The bigger in West Texas, we are blessed with a lot of things. The top-notch facilities, some places, not always, but out there when you get into Austin and Dallas, you figure they're going to have top-of-the-line facilities. So
yeah, definitely.
you guys will be playing on one of those soccer fields this week. You play at Lubbock Cooper, 7 p.m. Friday.
Yes, sir.
So you're jumping in that district. There's always kind of a gauntlet in different sports, and you're hitting the gauntlet right off the bat because Amarillo High, I know their record's not great right now, but they've been pretty good up there through the years.
Yeah.
What do you want to see from your guys this second week to kind of get things rolling a little bit?
Yeah, man. I just we got some warriors. I know I have some warriors on this team. I just want to see a lot of effort, and hopefully we can I just want to be competitive this year. It's a tough district, like you said, but I know we have the key pieces that to be able to compete with anybody, and especially with some tactics. There's some tactics that we've been working on that can at least slow teams down. I feel like, and I really believe in the tactics that I know.
We've mentioned this in different sports with different coaches. In your district, it's a long grind. The cliche about it's a marathon, not a sprint. Maybe more so in soccer than anything else because you guys only got, like you said, one tournament for you guys.
Right.
You kind of stuck your toe in the water. Then all of a sudden, it's district time. It's time to go.
Yeah. Yeah, this year it's definitely approached really fast. Obviously, last year we started in like the beginning of February and whatnot, so it's definitely hit us pretty quick here.
Coronado's 2-2-1. Got district started with a loss to Monterey, which I'll mention it again. A lot of teams could say they're going to lose to Monterey because that's the way they've got things going. But they get a chance to bounce back Tuesday at home against Amarillo High, and then they are in town but on the road at Lubbock Cooper on Friday. So 2 matches, pretty much 2 matches the rest of the season. It's going to be routine for you guys.
Yeah.
You have 1 week there where you might get a little bit of chance to catch your breath. Mm-hmm. Mustangs under second-year coach Eric Carrasco. That's going to wrap us up on the Mustang Fan Zone. We'll be back after the break with the Matador Fan Zone. I'm Randy Rosetta. This is 100.7 The Score.